Hello everyone, welcome back to OCD Recovery's YouTube channel. Today I have a very important video, a little bit more personal with this video than I do with maybe some of my other topics. I have talked about this before, and I want to title the video, Why I Did Not Think I Was Going to Be Here 2 years ago. Maybe even 18 months, not a year ago. A year ago it was a lot better, but let's go 2 years ago. 100 Man, was I almost 100% convinced I was going to take my own life. I tried jumping out of a moving car. Erica has written about that. There was many times where I was in the bath and I was thinking about I remember if I just slip underneath the water and I die, it will just be uncomfortable for the time being. As I'm drowning myself, it will be probably unpleasant, and then it will just all be peace. Or I would drive. I was telling someone this in the one-to-one the other day. I would be driving down this road by my house, and there was a crane store, like for cranes for construction, and all the cranes are basically just like lined there, and my brain would just think, if you just hung yourself from that, you would be so much better. This is a very, very touchy topic for people. Maybe you know someone who has unfortunately taken their own life, or maybe this is something where you are right now, but I promise you there's so much hope. 2019 June, I developed tinnitus. Really bad. Kept me up for basically 3 months straight. Was losing my fucking mind. I wasn't sleeping. I was always comparing sounds. Even hearing like silverware, I'd freak out. It was just, my nerves were so sensitized. I was still in grad school, about to graduate, so I was really stressed, coming up with national boards and stuff. And then I developed sensory motor OCD. Right before the 2019 Mr. Olympia bodybuilding show, because I remember spitting into a cup watching that with my friends on the couch. I had blinking for a month, and it switched to saliva and swallowing, and that lasted for a solid year and a half. Really bad for a year. Bad for like 6 months, and then another year to get to where I am now. So, I felt uncomfortable for quite a long time. I had a lot of physical anxiety, intrusive thoughts, not so much. That doesn't matter. Everyone's journeys are different. So the video is just about hope and how that was like. November 2019, November 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, something like that, right before my birthday, I was hospitalized, mental hospital. Police took me there. I always have to say 99% of people don't need to go to a mental hospital, don't end up there. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know Rob. I was so fucked up. My wife was scared because I was threatened to take my own life every day. Was at a seminar. Left the seminar. Erica found me outside crying. This is when I've been stuck for like 6 months at this point. I said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm 100% taking my life today. It almost became almost a confession, reassurance as well. Because every time I said I was going to take my own life, I did get a little bit of relief. It's very important to talk about that. A lot of people, that might trigger you hearing that, but allow it to trigger you. And that's not the case. I mean, when you're suffering really bad, for almost always, when you're suffering really bad, that's where your mind wants to go, right? Because your mind wants to protect you. OCD is basically it's a misfiring disorder to keep you safe. That's all you need to know about it, besides, why relapses happen and backdoor spikes and stuff like that. And again, you don't have to understand the neurology of OCD. It's a waste of time for us. Leave that for the researchers, and they're trying to find an actual cure. Probably going to be DNA splicing. This would be another important topic. So, Erica had to call the cops again. 3 police officers had to come. Usually they send them in squads to a household call. And my wife was freaking out. She had to hide my keys every day. I was disappearing into the night. She thought, I live in Colorado, so I live 30 minutes from very high mountain roads with no guardrails with dirt. So like 800-foot drops where people have died by going off. I would think I'm going to drive up there and drive my car directly off this cliff. I'm so done with suffering. But look at where I am now. 2019, I was in the mental hospital, November. February 2020, 27 months later. That is not a long time. That's half a high school, okay? It's not a long time in my life. I'm a business owner for 15 months, 16 months. Profitable business, by the way. I make videos for you, all of you. I love that. I will be here forever. I promise you that. I have 2 wonderful dogs that are sleeping on my couches right here. Daisy's on the one there, and Milo's over here. I go to the gym a lot. I hike. I have very minimal lingering symptoms at times. Wow. Phone just died, but my storage was full. Do a lot of videos. But yeah, that was that's really something to think about. Kind of chokes me up a little bit when I think about it. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I've said it in a lot of videos. There's so much hope. Acceptance was super important for me. Sensory motor usually doesn't budge with just uncertainty, in my opinion. Thoughts are thoughts. Thoughts are great. It's a great tool to use in your arsenal. We have a bunch of tools in the toolkit. Just like if you're having someone do something in exercise, you have a toolbox, certain things. And I just couldn't create the distance with thoughts are thoughts and uncertainty for myself. I wasn't walking around all day saying it's normal that people salivate. I know people that do that. That has to come down. That's a compulsion. You're looking for certainty. People who don't have OCD don't walk around all day saying it's normal to breathe. So if anyone's telling you to do that, I advise you to not do that. That's pretty, it's a misinterpretation. But man, I see life in such a different way. It's wild. And I can't hold that against anyone either. If someone's being irrational or something like that, I would think that's with me. That's me. I am so fortunate to go through what I have gone through because I could see the life through a stoic mentality, stoic philosophy, using RBT, CBT, using exposures and stuff like that. So it's super important to talk about this. I thought about killing myself so much. Incredible. The police were called multiple times and they had to handcuff me and bring me to a mental hospital. Okay. Because I did say this. I said to the cop, I will take your gun and I will blow my brains out with your gun in front of you. That one freaked Erica out. I think when she heard that, if she remembers that, I did say that. I'm almost positive. I was in such a different place. There's so much hope. I promise you, hope is there. Keep on going at it. I promise you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Liking the videos and subscribing helps the channel a lot so I can reach more people out there. I think one of the things we're going to do is start maybe talking to other people in the community, bringing more people on to tell their stories and stuff like that. The reason why we have this channel is to inform people about OCD, the tools that we think work and don't work, things that have been used for 30 years, but we're not seeing the results that people want, why we use acceptance, unconditional self-life, other acceptance and stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching. I know what it's like to be in a really low place. It's not the way you feel now does not mean forever. Look at me. Look, I'm telling you, if you saw videos of me 2 years ago, you would have thought I was a completely different fucking person. It is super important to talk about this. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.